She bent down to pick up what she thought was a hair tie from below the hotel bathroom sink, and she was stung by a scorpion right on her hand. This is the story that my friend told me the first morning of the Women's Presidents Organization annual conference in Phoenix, Arizona. We were visiting from California, and scorpions are not commonplace in California. I made a note to myself, when I get back to my room, check for scorpions. The conference was a 3-day conference, and it was filled with women business leaders, founders of businesses, and women entrepreneurs. So I decided to go to the first breakout session. This was called Lessons I Learned at Harvard with Professor Linda Applegate. At this session, we learned a case study about a very well-known company that you might have heard of. This was a company that was having a lot of challenges and struggles, and it was a 4th-generation family business who overcame these challenges and became a leader in their industry. I thought to myself, this is something that I can take back to my company. At the end of the session, Professor Applegate mentioned that they were offering 2 scholarships to the Women Presidents Organization attendees at the conference. I went back to my room, I checked for scorpions, and then I sat down and I filled out the application. Why not? I went to many more amazing speakers at this conference, and the next day I got a phone call. I was chosen as one of the finalists for the scholarship for Harvard Business School. This was an owner management executive program. All I had to do was convince the 3 judges why I deserved the scholarship in front of the entire conference of 886 people. What's scarier? Getting stung by a scorpion or speaking in front of 886 people? It's a good thing that a few years earlier I had joined Toastmasters. I wrote my speech that night and I practiced it 5 or 6 times. The next morning, I woke up like it was a normal day, checked the room for scorpions, and I entered the ballroom. It was a massive ballroom. It looked a lot bigger than it did the day before. I was assigned to go 3rd out of the 4 speakers. I was so nervous. But my California chapter, the Greater Bay Area, they were there right in front and cheering me on. I knew that I was going to be very well supported. The first speaker, she read her entire speech, but she had 3 reasons of why she deserved that scholarship. She was good. The second speaker, she had props, and she was really energetic. Boy, I was getting more nervous. It was my turn. I had practiced my speech, and we were given 4 minutes. I was 4 minutes on the dot every time I practiced it. But of course, when I got up there in front of all the people, I forgot to say a few things, and I might have spoken a little too quickly. I ended at about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And then came the hardest part, the Q&A. The judges asked me questions. And thank goodness for table topics, I was able to get through the questions with confidence and ease. Next, the 4th speaker came on. She was amazing. She was the kind of speaker that made me join Toastmasters. She was poised. She knew exactly how to speak to the audience and get them on her side. She was amazing. The judges thanked all of us for being finalists, and we went on our way. There was one more keynote speaker before they would announce the winners. I went back to my table where I saw my familiar faces and waited. Imagine my surprise when I was chosen as one of the finalists. I was going to Harvard Business School executive program. I couldn't believe it. If it wasn't for the Pittsburgh Speakeasy Toastmasters, I would not have had the confidence to even enter this kind of a scholarship, let alone prepare for a speech and speak in front of 886 people overnight. It was the Pittsburgh Speakeasy Toastmasters that helped me with my feedback and give me the confidence to succeed. When you encounter a scorpion in your life, you just have to face it. The venom isn't fatal. And when you face your fear, sometimes it takes you to a place you never thought you would be. In this case, I'm going to Harvard Business School.